Hi guys, welcome back to CodeMasterCoach, your medical coding tutor. Guys, today I wanted to start a series on my channel on building CodeMasterCoach. How did CodeMasterCoach start? And I put some notes here, so you're going to see me looking down to view my notes. But main thing I wanted to share with you is after years of schooling, yes, after high school, I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew healthcare was the field that I wanted to be in. I really wasn't sure what exactly I wanted to do. So I knew biology was my strong area. Any of the sciences I loved, so I knew I wanted to be in healthcare. So starting college, I was a biology major. While there, I learned about the profession of medical records. Telling my age, right? I started school at the time when the HIM profession was transitioning from medical record administration to health information management. But anyway, went to school, got my bachelor's degree in health information administration, and started working for others. My first job was an assistant director because I had the bachelor's. I sat and passed my RHIA. So I had my bachelor's degree. I was management material. So my first job was an assistant director position with a known promotion to director within 3 months. The director was leaving. She was willing to work with a new candidate coming in, and I worked under her for 3 months, which allowed me to learn the medical record department. Today you'll say the health information management department. It gave me the opportunity 3 months to work in all areas of that department so that I could then step in and direct it. While working in the HIM department, I had the opportunity to teach one class at the local technical college in their medical record medical coding program. And it was an HIT program that was an accredited program. But my goal, or what my job was to teach the medical record, the administration or management side of it. I had been introduced to coding in my RHIA program. I had been taught how to code, but I hadn't really worked 100% in coding. So coding, again, at that time was my weakness. I also had worked in a rehab facility. And in rehab, the therapists, whether they're physical therapy, occupational therapy, they are the doctors, the controllers in the rehab setting. So at each of the settings, whether it's acute care where the doctors did the order, rehab where the therapists did the orders, HIM was not really at the limelight. So when I would come into work, my goal then was not only to run my department, but find ways to recognize my employees, my department. And I did. I enjoyed going to work each day. And I'm a firm believer, not everybody will agree, that a director directs her department so thoroughly that that department can run without her. Every area, at the time when I started, assembly analysis. With the electronic medical record, you don't have assembly and analysis. But assembly and analysis was a big area when I finished school. Putting that chart in order, making sure everything is in there, that was a big area. I had even worked in an acute care facility where the charts were so far behind. I had started a new job in June in an acute care facility only to find out that their medical records were piled on the floor, paper records, back to October of the previous year. Not assembled, not analyzed, not even coded. Money sitting out there, just sitting on the floor because to me, the employees had gotten burnt out to a point where they just didn't have the enthusiasm to come in and meet their quota or their standards each day. They were just fighting fires, putting out fires, and not doing their work. But anyway, or the work that was on the floor to get caught up. So my job at that department was to come in and get them on up and running, but at the same time get that backlog done. And what better way to learn that department than to tell the staff, you stay current from today, move forward, I'll get those other charts, those however many thousands of charts that were sitting on the floor, not done, not assembled, not analyzed, not coded, I'll get those caught up. So that's just what I did for that department. But again, guys, I spent my days working for others. Whatever I did, I still had a boss telling me, get this done, do this. When I would teach a class, I was told, you got 8 weeks to teach this. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. And I loved watching the light bulb go off in my students' eyes. I could see it while I was teaching. And I felt like education was my calling. But my 1 weak area was coding. And how many of us know we tend to turn our weaknesses into our strengths? I was determined. The one area, even with the charts that had been backlogged to October of the previous year, I could assemble, I could analyze, I could deal with the physicians getting their documentation in the chart. But when it came to coding the chart and getting the bill, the money, which is all my boss saw, I saw storage space being used, running out of room really. But all my boss saw was money. And it was money that I couldn't help him get because I couldn't do the coding side of it. I knew just enough, but not enough. So anyway, I turned that weakness into a strength. I was determined I was going to learn medical coding like a medical coder should. So I challenged myself. I got back in my books. I studied. I went to webinars. I took classes. I trained like I was running a marathon. And you always hear me say that on my channel. When you learn coding, you learn it like you're running a marathon. You do just enough. You build you're building stamina each time. And each time you learn a little more and a little more and a little more. In my medical terminology, I teach you guys, start, you've got this much you got to learn this week. Break it up into 7 days. First day, learn this. Second day, learn first day and second day. Third day, learn first day, second day. Build your stamina. Run your marathon. And that's how I taught myself how to code. So I knew I had to turn that weakness. Imagine running a department, and here you have coders that come in and code charts and go home. You're managing them, you're supervising them, and you don't know if what they're doing is right or wrong. Or you see something wrong, a fault, you know it's wrong, but you don't know how to correct it. That's a bad feeling. Stayed there too long. Was determined I wasn't going to stay there anymore. So what I did is when I buckled down and I studied, I started with the first certification. I had already had my bachelor's. I even went back and got a master's for my management role. But that didn't help me with my coding. So when I started running my marathon and preparing for my coding certifications, I sat for my first one, my CPC. Guess what? I got it. That only gave me the energy to keep going, to keep studying. I knew there was a CCS certification, which is considered to me the highest certification in coding. I was determined. Within a year, I sat for that certification, and guess what? I got it. I got it. I did it. I was determined. I wanted it so bad that I did it. And that just motivated me because I knew that that was my weakness. I wasn't up to par in coding. I had the RHIA. I was the manager of my department. I was the highest position in my department, but I couldn't code. So I did something about it. My question today is, what are you doing about it? If coding is your passion, what are you doing about it? All right, guys, think about that. When I come back, I want to share with you what my next step after getting certified and becoming the coder that I wanted to be. What did I do next? Stay tuned. I'm going to share that with you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, guys, please subscribe. We're on a journey here. We take it day by day. And I try to motivate you the way that I motivated myself to get back into this profession. This is a good profession. We work from home. We're able to rule our day. I want that for you too because I wanted it for so long. I know what it's like. I want that for you too. So stay tuned for my next video, where I'm going to share with you what I did next. After getting my certifications, after doing what I did, I turned my weakness into my strengths. What did I do next? Stay tuned. Like this video, guys. If this is something that you want to hear, give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, that's it. I will see you in the next one.